reading from my collection, How to Escape from a Leper Colony. I am Tiphanie Yanique. The story I'm going to read, I'm just going to read like 2/3 of it and just leave you guys like kind of hanging. Because it's late and I got to go home and pop my boob in that baby's mouth. The story is called Street Man, and it's in the voice of the street man. So you're going to have to pretend like it's not me up here, and it's the street man instead. But I just want to say thanks to Penina, and thanks to this crowd, and thanks to all the readers who've come before you. You're all really funny and amazing. It's been a pleasure. Street Man. Let me tell you how I meet this sweet thing. It's Christmas time, so the place fill up with people from the ships and the resorts. She walk into the sun shack like she one of them tourists. She even talk all Yankee, but I don't really bother with she because I don't want to be all Stella get her groove. I let the white lady help she. But Yolanda walk over to me on her own, and then her voice change up and she sound like any island girl all of a sudden. She want to know about the Maui gyms behind me, so I take them out for her and tell her that they look sweet when they on her face. Now she don't buy a piece of shades, but she leave me her number, and I don't even self-pretend to not watch her ass as she leave. For 2 weeks, we spend some big amount of time together every day. Sometimes I drive my 4Runner to her house on my lunch break and park in the middle of the street. I tell her jokes about the red-faced tourists who come into the shop, how the woman just tell me that my accent don't even sound like English, but some exotic native language. How the man them just leaning quiet, and ask where they could score some weed. Yolanda does laugh so hard she have to sit down on the pavement and lift her legs scissor-like into the air. She tell me that in college, they ask her where she buys sneakers because they don't believe that Nikes could sell anywhere but the US. But when she talk about that kind of stuff, it don't be funny, it be serious. And I think that it's a good thing that she have a sense of humor, but some maturity to boot. When we talk serious, it has make her want to kiss right there on the sidewalk. And I let she all the time. On the beach, in the water, on the couch in my living room. I never let a girl do that before. One night, we sitting in my car, parked in the middle of her street. Since the last hurricane, St. Croix don't have no street lights in this neighborhood. If you get too close to either side of the road, the house lights shining right into the car. So we parked in the middle where it's dark. We ain't having sex yet, but since I a lot older than her, 10 years older, I cool as she keeping cautious. I ain't no young boy, I coolin'. Yolanda's on my lap, snaking away, getting her nut. I kissing on her neck, thinking how this young girl have me acting like a schoolboy. And she wearing tight white pants, and because it's so dark, that's all I could see clearly. And her teeth when she laughed, and the light in her eyes. Now, at this point, we only been seeing each other for those 2 weeks, and I already know that she liked to laugh and kiss and do both when we fooling around. See me? I like foreplay. I'm good at it. I mean, I'm good at the whole thing, but an older guy knows foreplay is sweet and just doing it for dogs, and I'm too old for that. Now a car is coming down the street and I have to drive around the block with Yolanda in my lap and me having to look under her arm to make the corners. Man, she loved that stuff. Laugh so hard I have to give her a hard stare. Hush no, girl, your laugh gonna wake the dead. When we reach back in front of her house, she go to me, I have to tell you something. I know what she gonna tell me just by how her item all small and her mouth all slack, and I don't want to hear it yet. So I say, get off my lap, girl. When she's sitting there in the passenger seat, I try to relax my heart and my dick because the blood in both is slamming away. Don't tell me, I say. It's too soon, girl. But we've been dancing all night, and now she's been on my lap for almost a half hour. I gotta say it because it's true, she say. So I let her. I love you, Slick. Fuck. Leave it to a young girl, to a college girl, to fall in love and have to tell you the minute it fucking happened. I pissed, but I don't have no choice but to admit it back. Okay, Yolanda, I love you too. Now I gotta tell you something. And so I tell her about what I do on the side. How I deal sometimes, how I have a gun under my seat. I take it out, I show it to her. She all quiet like she gonna cry. And right then, I don't know if I want to hold her and tell her that I gonna be done with all that shit, if she will just be my shorty for truth, and I'll move with her to Tallahassee where she in college.
Yeah.
Or if I just want to kick her out of the car for being such a damn softie, tell her I need a ride or die chick and not some goody-goody college girl that don't know nothing about the street. See me? I ain't gonna change for no man, woman, or child. But Yolanda don't cry. She just rests her head on my shoulder. Shit, Slick, is what she say. And her voice so sweet and she sings so for real that I decide that I gonna wait this girl out. Because she could be the mother of my youths. And so I tell her, if you're gonna be my woman, you can't be calling me Slick. It's Anton, but don't be screaming it in the street. For the months that Yolanda's away in college, I screw out on her, but not really. I'm thinking about her when I'm doing it. And I'm wearing a Magnum so I don't give her nothing when she come back. On the phone, I tell her that I'm just slapping my stuff when I look at her picture. She thinks that's sexy, so sometimes that's what I do for real and I let her listen. I make more noises and stuff than I would if I was by myself, you know, so she could feel like she's part of it. I think it's practice for when we really do it for the first time. I mean, listen, I love this girl. I have some secrets, but they in her best interest. Ike is a street man, and a street man is the sweetest man. Them goody-goody schoolboys don't know what to do when they have a lady on their hands. Tell the girl everything and make the woman miserable. They worry about career and shit before they worry about pleasing their woman. Not I and I. My name is Coulter, and that's a good last name on the island. Only my pops is a black sheep and we don't have money like the other Coulters. But Yolanda, her mom's is forgiven. She a black sheep too. Husband dead in some American war, and now she lived down by the seaplanes. So she okay with a street man like me for a son-in-law. I polite. I say good night when I enter. I wash the dishes when they have me for dinner. And while Yolanda gone, I still visit her mom's. Sometimes do her shopping for her. I never bring my piece into their house. I always keep body spray in the car so I don't smell like Sensimania when I knock on the door. I pick Yolanda up at the airport when she come home for summer vacation. First thing she tell me is that she miss me. And then in the car, she all over me. I call her moms in my cell and say that the plane is delayed, but it coming in about an hour or so. So I take Yolanda to this house on the hill that get blown away in the last hurricane. It don't have no roof and only one wall, but I have a flat for the car to drive up and I have a view of the ocean, which is hard to come by on St. Croix. I never brought anyone else up here, and now I bring Yolanda. We do it right in the driver's seat. I open the car door so there's more space, and her back keep hitting the horn and making her laugh. It's so good, but I don't want to come too quick, so I think about my moms who left the outside light on for me, and about how she's gonna cuss because I ain't washed her car in a week. When we done, I ask Yolanda if it's okay if I smoke. She says it's cool. I don't offer her because I don't like lady smoking. It's a bad habit. But for fun, I blow the smoke towards her, and she opened her mouth to catch it, and I think, yes, this is my woman is home. It's summer, so we go out constant. Sometimes we hit the beach before it gets dark and the sunflies come out. Sometimes she and her moms want to have family time, so I wait until midnight and then I just roll by, sit in the car in the middle of the street. Sometimes I park right there, turn off the car and wait with the radio on low. Yolanda, she knows my ride, so it don't take her long to come out. Then we go to my house and watch a flick with action and a love story, something we could both be into. In my bedroom, with my mother snoring just on the next side of the wall, I tell Yolanda, hey, I don't eat pussy, but she only laughs as she guides my head down. I don't deal in front of Yolanda because I know she won't like that. If we in traffic and some guy come up to me with his hand open and look at him and say, hey, you don't see my woman with me? I never bring Yolanda to the park, and she knows she better not show up there looking for me. If she in downtown and she wants to find me, she only needs to text me and I'll leave my post by the kiddie swings so long as I ain't in the middle of nothing. But once I left Yolanda in the car for almost 2 hours while I went into Fish House to get a gun put in my mouth. That was his punk-ass way of asking why I make no profit. And though I could have just told him, hey, I smoke it up myself, so send me to rehab already. There was a gun in my mouth and I couldn't say nothing. I'd done this before. Gone into some nigger house and stayed longer than I should. Told her I'd be back in a few minutes, but then I gone for an hour. This though was the worst. What Yolanda thinking out there all that time? The eyes are real ways? Maybe she ain't thinking of me at all. When I get back, she in a seat reclining way back with her feet up on the dash like she just here on the island vacationing. The thing is, Yolanda never complains when I make her wait, but if I'm sweating, she look at me all suspicious and she think I've been screwing or something. Man, she know I ain't been doing that. She doesn't wear me out. I mean, she's younger than me, so it's no big deal. I'm the one who should be worried, really. I mean, she's not even with me half the year, but it seemed like she wanted to do it all the time. I have to keep asking her, Yolanda, you love dick or just my dick? And she laughed with that big mumpy laugh and said, just yours, Anton, just yours. Yolanda is a good girl. And I don't decide that a street man like me need a good thing like her. It's a balance. She's not about keeping it real and all that fake shit. She's not about holding my gun from me, and I don't want her to. I is a thug in this. I don't want no chick I have to worry might sell me out or turn me in because she know too much. Yolanda know I work for the Sun Shop, and I's a hard worker, even when I've been smoking a lot. She the kind of girl that don't want to know everything that goes on in my life. That summer, she had a job teaching computers, and sometimes I bring her lunch. The other girls look all cut-eye at me. Once I see a big bush of roses in the front desk, and only for a second do I wonder if they for her. But then I get my shit together, you hear? The next day, I bring flowers. Day after, stuffed teddy bear. Why not? I smoke a little less, add Fanta to my spliff. I save some money because one day I gonna ring this girl. She start wearing my thick, heavy hand chain around she wrist, and it's so bulky that everybody must know that she belonged to me, that she mine. Some of the guys in the park think I's a punk, that I sprung over this girl that cheated on me when she off island, that she too young for me, too educated, well fuck them. She ain't cheating on me because I'm digging up into her every single night. And yeah, she young, but so what? I still hustling and I'm old, almost 30. Plus, she ain't had no pops in her life for a long time. She need an older man. I did 2 years at FAMU, but then my pops disappeared. I had to go home and take care of my mom's. I could still go to UVI, but I'm too old for that now. When would I have the time? But I know things. I read the paper every day. Sometimes Yolanda and I, we shout each other down over politics. This is love, son, the real thing. One day up by Fish, and as usual, Yolanda waiting in the car. This time I have my gun, and I open my shirt to show him. Listen, I tell him, I ain't smoking it all. It's that shitty skunk weed coming from Jamaica. It's making everybody sick. I can't smoke it and I can't sell it. He want me to sell some coke to make up. I tell him I'll come back for it because my lady in the car, and it's bad enough I carry my gun around with her. I don't want her to catch up in nothing. He give me a hard time, but I remind him that I've been his partner for years. I'll come the fuck back after I drop her off. Man, I hate that Fish nigger, but he my cousin on my mom's side. So I supposed to know that he won't really kill me, and he's supposed to know that I won't really sell him out. I've been in Fish's house this time for only like 30 minutes when I get back to the car, and instead of legs up on the dash, Yolanda hunched over. When I open the car, she jumped and hide her arms. Man, that messed me up. I get her arms in front and see words written on them. It freaks me out, but it's just words. Stop looking, she says. Stop reading. I lay back in my seat and I just asked, this is stupid, Yolanda. You couldn't find no paper? She shakes her head. I left my notebook. I open the Gulf and show her the roll of paper like a small notepad. I didn't think of that, she said, with her voice going all soft. And then she crying, like I hit her or something. She sit on her hands the whole drive back, keep her arms tight by her side. Tonight, I think I'm gonna kiss those arms. I'm gonna lick every word if she let me. When we get to her gate, I stop her and I say, why you don't let me read what you just write? And she just shrugged. I ask if she let anyone see, and she look out the window like she talking to somebody in the street. I got some poems published in the Colors magazine. I nod. Anybody on island ever read your stuff? She look at the roof of my car. She reach up and pick at the felt that's coming loose. You see, I don't have a drug dealer's pimped out ride. I have a regular 4Runner. She look at the roof like it's falling in, and it is. She say, I sometimes read at this open mic down in Frederickstead. So I pull her face close to mine. I kiss her hard like I know she like it. She just call it the I love you kiss. I say, next time I come in with you. Only when I'm on my way back to Fishes do I wonder when and how she go to this poetry thing without me ever knowing. When I get to her that night, the ink is all washed off. For 2 weeks, she forget to tell me about the open mic thing. I act like I don't care. Instead, I do a little investigation. I hit up my crew in the park. You mean like Def Jam on HBO? Yeah, I say, but still they don't know nothing. I ask my moms, I check the paper, I ask the lady I sell shades with, nothing. So I do something bazadi. I stake my girl out. I borrow one of Fisher's cars and I park down the street, watching her house in the side mirror. And I'll stop there. Thank you guys.